we are the Raw after Backlash. Let's see what they have in store for us. Anytime now. Oh, that's right. Sabu, the wrestler, he passed away yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. Unfortunately, I didn't know him, except for that one time that they mentioned his name in Friday. But that could have been another Sabu. Like, was Sabu the wrestler an actor? I don't know. I don't want to say too much because I really wasn't around when Sabu existed. But RIP nonetheless. It's always sad to lose wrestlers who made a contribution to WWE, no matter how big or small. It was just sad. It was just sad to hear about this because I heard that in AEW that he had a retirement match literally 2 weeks ago, and for this to just happen, I feel like I'm getting a little bit of PTSD from the American Warrior when he died. Like, he literally came, I think, on an anniversary of, I don't know whether it was himself or like his birthday or something, but either way, he came to Raw one day and he was perfectly fine. But the next night, like 24 hours later, we got intel that he passed away, and that was like sad to hear. I didn't know who he was either, but like I said, sad to lose wrestlers either way. Oh my gosh, Roxanne Perez's outfit is gorgeous. She's wearing one of those hollow ring denim jeans. I forgot what they're called, but they usually have them in a headband, but she has them in a dress, and it's stunning. If it was me, I would put a lot of keychains on those because those are always fun to just put a lot of like probably keychain stuffies on because you got all those holes to put them through, so that's one. But Giulia was wearing something nice too. She was wearing a long dragging chain belt and of course some cargo pants and a splattered gray and black tank. I don't have that in a tank, but I do have it in a dress, and it's awesome. I'm going to take a few minutes to use my massager though because my neck is killing me. Like, I thought it was feeling better yesterday, but then all of a sudden it went back to hurting. Not that much, but a lot. This is making my glasses feel weird. Hi from Russia. Russia. That's usually the place where my copyrighted live streams of WWE get banned, but only because of copyrights, and it's just only using 20 seconds of a commercial song, so I find it unfair. But anyway, I'm not going to fight over just 20 seconds of a song, you know. Hi everyone. Hi Mackenzie. Hi Soundwave. It makes your ears feel tickly. So there's a rumor going around that Lyra Valkyria might have broken her nose on the night of Backlash, and I wonder. I haven't heard anything about that. Like, you know, I haven't heard anything more about that, but that's just a rumor that I heard. hopefully tonight it'll get cleared up, or if not, next week. A lot of fans are in agreement with me, though, saying that Bayley should have been there if Becky Lynch was planning to extend an attack. Because honestly, if they want to still go through with the Lyra and Becky feud, they can. It's just that she should have attacked like now, like literally the next night, not just attack the moment after the match. Ooh, you're a pretty girl. For a second there, she looked like Megan Thee Stallion, but I'm not. No racism, no stereotyping. I got my mom and our shirts today, but I'm not gonna show them yet because since they showed up so late, I feel like it's appropriate to show them on Father's Day. As you all know, I don't have a father, but my brother is like a father figure to me, and since he just became a father, it's only right that I give him a gift to say Father's Day. I want to take off the shirt, but my tank is a little see-through, so I can't do that.
I've nursed a few injuries and a lot of hurt feelings that I can't shake being pissed off.
If Lyra's nose is broken, she needs to wear a face mask. Yeah, obviously, but we won't know until we actually see her. And I don't follow Lyra on Instagram, so I wouldn't know. But I assume that, if the news sources that I follow didn't show a picture of her wearing a mask, then I assume that she should be fine.
Yeah, I'm mad at myself because we've been here before. This isn't the first time Paul Heyman stabbed CM Punk in the back.
Yep.
Stab me in the back once. Shame on you. Stab me in the back twice. Shame on me. But that's on me. Okay, I like to trust my friends.
I vaguely remember it, but I saw a video of Paul Heyman's betrayal, and that was back when Curtis Axel was still around, and he tied up CM Punk, and I think Paul Heyman was beating him with the kendo stick.
At least I did. And apologies to Jet Uso, who when I came back to this company warned me about Paul Heyman. But Paul is Paul. He's who he has always been. He's a fat little snake.
You're just now realizing that?
So yeah, while I'm pissed at him, I'm more mad at myself. And yeah, I'm mad at that little T-Moo CM Punk Seth Rollins.
Nah, he's more of a T-Moo Roman Reigns wannabe. Because I saw comparison videos, and literally he's standing the same stance as Roman Reigns back when he was the tribal chief in the Bloodline. And damn, it really is the same stance and everything. And I don't remember, but I thought I saw them falling in the same position. Penguin. That's no, that's tough calling him Penguin because he low-key does remind me of Penguin sometimes. The Danny DeVito Penguin, to be more specific. He does the evil smile a lot more now than he did back then. Now Paul Heyman and Seth Rollins kind of having matching colored stuff, like the handkerchief that he has in his pocket. It's kind of the same color as his leather jacket, his trench coat. It's just a little lighter. That's the only difference. I haven't gotten a close-up of his pants yet, so I would say if his pants are a little lighter, then it definitely would match.
Just when I think
I really like how they incorporate his Titantron to match his outfit color, though. I would do something like that. It's making my throat really tinkly.
Paul Heyman was your best friend. Your best friend. And you made his life hell on the road to WrestleMania. And now you are out here in front of the entire world, gaslighting all of us, trying to make us believe that he...
Yep, he's totally wearing an expensive jacket, because the last jacket he wore, the cool Chinese embroidery pattern jacket that he wore, I think it was worth, $13,000, if I remember correctly. So I don't doubt that it's anything similar. I just don't know which brand this is. But it's snake leathers, and snake leather stuff usually is expensive, even though I'm not really a fan of snake leather. At least this color. I'm not a fan of snake leather in this color. I like the green emerald snake color pattern better. But I think that's crocodile skin. I'm not sure.
Any more than I already do. You stand there in that ring, the reason that I am not World Heavyweight Champion right now. You ain't ever gonna be champion as long as I'm on 2 feet. What is your deal, man? You love punishment, you love suffering, you love being on the wrong side of history? Is that what's going on here? I can't seem to figure it out. I can't seem to Paul, wait a minute. Wait. I get it. He loves to play the victim. He loves to come out here and boo, cry me a river. He loves poor CM Punk, right? Poor CM Punk. You so desperately want to be a victim, Punk. You so desperately want to die a martyr. Well, I believe that can be arranged. I hope you have prepared your last words.
Rollins sending Breaker to the ring for a confrontation. And Punk now has a little time going after Breaker with the microphone. And Punk and Breaker now. And the fight is on. Breaker has become the
where Roman Reigns comes in. Because honestly, I'm not too sure.
Rollins warned Punk. But Punk's gonna fight back. And now takes down Rollins. And I'll see him.
What is this? It's a massager.
Taking it to Sakai and Braun Breaker, though, as the
My neck has been killing me lately, so I've just been using this. I thought it was getting better yesterday, but it suddenly, like, you know, started hurting again.
They're roughed up by this group as well. And Breaker, look at the power of it. Just tosses Sammy across the ring. And the fight now between Rollins and Punk continues. 2-on-1 situation again.
Security.
Breaker punishing Punk.
If there is any security, because all the security and officials got RKO'd 2 nights ago.
And the world champ is here. Main event Jet Uso. Payback from last week. And Breaker back into the fray. And Rollins livid, angry. Zayn with a chair. Punk with a chair. Rollins and company scrambling.
Cheers, man. This'll be. So does this mean Logan Paul's going to be the 3rd member? Because Jey Uso needs someone to fight with, and Logan Paul's been on his ass.
Have some major issues and obstacles as the resistance is building. However, you have to wonder if the architect has more for his game plan. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to take you back to Backlash this past Saturday night. Penta versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. Judgment Day tried to get involved. They got ejected, but then, from out of nowhere, El Grande Americano, with a metal plate behind his mask, took out Penta and allowed Dirty Dominic.
Yep, everyone said the same thing I said. Notice how everybody's happy for Dominic, except Finn Balor.
And now Penta wants some payback.
Oops. It shut off because it only lasts for 5 minutes. But I could use a break because it was making my head shake so much. It does make your neck feel numb, and that's what I need right now.
For the second time in a month, Penta was this close to winning the Intercontinental Championship before interference by the Judgment Day
Thank you for your
Saturday.
kind words as always.
Back to this story.
But can
Penta
we?
takes on Cable. It's next.
I'm gonna be sweating all night because of this stupid shirt.
You guys want to do a little swap? Yeah, I could be into it. Just like a one-time casual thing with Tyler, or?
I was talking about switching up teams. If fun.
I don't like this game.
Here's your iPhone 13 on us.
About time we switched.
Subtle sketch of you. Hey, good luck tonight.
Total Wireless is in your corner with unlimited 5G data starting at $25 per month.
Hey fam, it's on tonight.
I can at least show you my shirt. I just won't wear it.
Guaranteed with taxes and fees included.
Seth Rollins needs a 3rd person. I know. That's why I said it's the 3rd person going to be Logan Paul, because it kind of makes sense since
Total Wireless in your corner.
CM Punk wants to go after Seth Rollins. And wait, no. Do I have it wrong? maybe I do have it wrong because
Today, she's
Braun
watching
Breaker
her
doesn't
first
necessarily have a problem with Sami Zayn.
And then before you know it,
He just Seth Rollins' errand
watching
boy.
her.
But I was gonna say
They cut
CM
it
Punk
in
has
half. We
Seth
believe
Rollins
having
and Sami Zayn has Braun
today.
Breaker
We need to be the
and
bigger ones tomorrow.
now Jey Uso
If
needs
prices
to
have
fight
cash back on
somebody
everyday purchases, I guess. With the
to have a
credit Monday
personal
Platinum X
beef
Life
with,
Visa
and
signature.
there's
Right, one day. For once
nobody
in a
who fits the bill except for Logan Paul with how much he's been in sneak attacking him. But anyways, here's the shirt that I got for my family. Ta-da!
Sister's 40th birthday party has a dress code.
But of course I get a tank because shirts are not me.
Sister's birthday. She's an adult. Please help me. Follow me.
And see, scary, edgy, and anime, just like my liking.
Yes.
Nice outfit, little brother.
Oh, this whole thing.
My mom's wearing hers right now, but I'm like, I'm not wearing mine until I not only get makeup wipes, but also until we clean the rest of our clothes, because we only got half of our clothes done. We only got half of our clothes done. Because we didn't want to stay at the laundromat for 2 hours because we went there at midnight and I didn't feel like staying there until 2 a.m. So
I want you to push it real slow.
so that's why I decided to wait till Father's Day to showcase it.
Well, look who's back.
It's a men's small tank. It's a men's small tank, but it fits me like a dress, but with a plaid skirt, it makes a perfect like grunge punk sandwich look. If you don't know what that is, basically you need to just have an oversized shirt or tank, and then traditionally you're supposed to have a wrong colored skirt, but I have a black and white plaid one that matches, but it still works. So that's how it works, and then you just accessorize to make it look better. And I could totally accessorize to make it look better, because I have lots of those. And I just need to wear my platformers and have my wolf leg warmers, wear my fishnet gloves.
Supposed to be joined by Pat McAfee's expected at some point, of course, after that vicious
Let's
I shall receive.
go! Pat McAfee, you're here. But he did have a lot of red marks on him. A hat to match. My bandana kind of matched because I did a little test closet look, and my bandana kind of matches with it, but I have my bucket hat. I also have my bucket hat too. I have my bucket hat. So with this, my bucket hat with this tank would match perfectly with the skirt.
Jack Gable's a bit upset, but welcome back, Pat.
Hey, it is an honor to be here. I just got done with WWE Medical. They clearly need me back in the medical bowl. Or in the WWE bowl, I apologize. They asked me
Hi,
questions
Freshly.
on how I felt. I said I got my ass beat this weekend in a fight with the
If you want to order one, just take a picture of the stream and then Google search it, and you'll see it appear right up on Romwe.
20 minutes of the show by myself, but nonetheless, welcome.
I don't know if it's available or not though, because the last time I checked it was sold out. So, and just be like, be advised that it's a men's tank, so buy it in the smallest size if you have to.
Cross bet the Intercontinental title on Saturday. Apparently, El Grande is on a tour of Mexico, which I find is weird since he's also Chad Gable and Chad's here tonight.
No, Chad Gable is clearly not El Grande Americano. How would he be able to be here and on a tour in Mexico at the same time? Michael Cole,
Well, Penta's going to beat him because he's not El Grande Americano. So.
Because he wants to fight Penta.
Well, also, remember, Chad has had major issues over the past year.
But who knows, maybe El Grande Americano will show up backstage and attack him because of that.
I don't think Louisville wants Chad Gable to win. I think they want Penta to pick up the
nobody's Chad Gable's going to have to do a lot, but that's what he went searching for. A way to beat
I think my neck is feeling fine now.
That's why he has so much respect for El Grande Americano.
I think my neck is feeling fine now, so I can not have that no more. Watch it'll start to hurt again in a couple hours. It's only not hurting now because my neck is super numb.
On Penta, hook of the leg. And a kick out at 2. El Grande Americano, a different feeling, but probably proud of what Chad Gable is doing right now in Penta. It's interesting that
thank you, unpaid intern.
Held a singles championship in WWE. Although El Grande Americano is the brand new speed champion. El Grande Americano.
Don't mind him. You know how interns are.
El Grande Americano is a superstar. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Currently on a world tour. I'm sorry, a tour of Mexico. Chad Gable's in here trying to earn his way to the top as well. Penta very recent. Look at Gable trying to take the mask off Penta.
Yeah,
you think that Gable would learn after all the studying he's been doing, and he wears a mask as well, that he is Chad Gable, not El Grande Americano. Enough of this. Chad Gable is very disrespectful right now to the original canoe. Well, he is, as he's tries to rip the mask off Penta, and Penta able to fight back. The tradition, the legacy of the mask. Means so much to the luchadors. The high flyer with an arm drag to Gable. Gable misses wildly. Nice run by Penta. It sends Gable outside the ring. This is the Penta experience.
It'd be illegal if it was real, but it's not illegal if you're looking for college credit. It's not illegal if an intern is being paid in college credit. That's the only reason. That's the only way it can be legal if it's for college credit and not actual money, which usually it is because of that.
After all, I am the league's greatest rebounder. Ain't that right, Chuck GPT? Incorrect. Well, top 5 for sure. You are 19th on the all-time list. What about scoring? 31st and likely to be past soon. Assists? No results found. There's TV personality? Top 1,000. What about celebrity golfer? Do you really want to know?
New customers bet $5 and get 200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
Chacaroni's back at Papa John's with more pepperoni and over half a pound of cheese.
So many orders moved stuff up.
So as you guys know, I got a sewing machine that I'm going to start doing my own to do my own cosplays because I'm only not doing anything with it now because I'm still waiting on the fabric for my poncho. That's the only reason why I haven't worked on it.
Button itself.
Boy, do I have a story for you. Well, this is my sewing machine that I actually had, but
You don't believe in yourself. I believe in me.
my mom never told me, or at least I didn't know we had, because years ago my eldest brother, who does not live with us and who I don't really mention a lot, but my eldest brother, he impulse bought this sewing machine back in 2010 or 9, and he had this for the longest time, and it was just sitting collecting dust on downstairs in our basement, and luckily my mom remembered, and she's like, why don't you use that? And I was like, okay, I'll use this. And I was seeing if it works. It works good enough. It works better than the one that I bought with my money. But I returned it and got my money back because you would have guessed that it broke after 5 minutes of using it. So the one I bought broke after 5 minutes of using it, so I got my money back instantly for that. But this one works just fine, and honestly it kind of works better because of how secure the bottom bobbin is, and how
And you never will, because my sauce is only for dogs.
it's also battery powered too.
Sauce for your dog.
And for something that was made in '09, this works pretty well.
Get sauce for dogs.
It was just hard. It was just hard at first. It was just hard for it to work at first because, you know, it's been off for so long, so everything was like very tight. Because even the part where the string is a little rusted, so I have to be very delicate when I put string through this because it's starting to break off because of how rusted it is, and I'm not too sure if I can like buy a little replacement part for this. I probably can because it's probably an essential thing for sewing machines like this, but I don't know. But I'm learning to sew. Here are a few test strips that I've done.
Jack Gable's been in full control, and Pence's gonna have to get something.
It looks decently fine. It looks decently fine from here, but on the back it looks like a disaster. So I still got a lot more work to do.
Penta trying to fight through the pain. Gable trying to drag himself back to his feet. Penta with a big kick, and you heard that one.
They're trying to find a second win. He's starting to do that.
Can I make fitted hats? I'm not making anything yet until I get down with this cosplay, because I need to test myself with small things like this poncho and the tail that I have to make. the tail that I have to make for this cosplay is going to be even harder than the poncho, arguably. But if I successfully make this tail, I will start selling them on my Ko-Fi. I am totally invested in doing that because for the character Queen Bee in Hello Little Boss, I know people pay like over $100 or $180 just for a tail on Etsy, and that's because they also offer the custom made ears. That's because they also offer the custom made ears. But I would sell them for a decent price of like maybe $60 or $70. That's like, you know, a price I would be willing to pay for custom made props. Custom made props or like missing attires.
What an incredible matchup between two of the top superstars today. Penta trying to fire up yet again. Flames Gable /
But I understand like people would want a big one. That's the only reason why I see why people would spend a lot on the $180 one, because they want a big tail, because she kind of has a little bigger tail. I would just probably make medium-sized tails, because the bigger the tail, the more fabric you need, and I can't spend everything on fabric. The max I can spend on fabric is like probably $80 at most.
Kick out by Penta, but Gable quickly turns it into an ankle lock, and Penta sends him across the ring.
What's up was one slap from Penta, and Jack Gable almost ended it.
Off the super kick for Penta, near fall.
Penta slipped on the bottom rope, and Jack Gable capitalized. I don't know how Penta was able to kick out, let alone reverse this entire thing with a super kick. Jack Gable with a picture-perfect moonsault. Floating through Sky with complete control. Penta somehow kicks out and then delivers a super kick that sent Chad Gable.
Code breaker up in the air.
Penta is about to
Yep.
make Gable pay. He's going for the sacrifice. Gable able to pick the ankle.
Is Chad Gable bleeding already? Seems like every time he fights these guys, he always bleeds on the lip.
Trying to drag himself to the rope to force a break.
And he has tapped to this move.
Uh-oh, pressure's on. Have to try to somehow get out of this predicament.
Into the ring.
Able to do that.
I thought he would win a quick roll.
Inside cradle, Chad Gable.
Almost had him. Down goes Penta again.
Just a double chop to the throat. Whenever all else fails, says Chad Gable.
And Gable's so resilient and quick.
And spiteful. I mean, there's a lot of things about him that make you believe he's impossible to beat.
Uh-oh, is he gonna rip the mask again? Because this is what he did to Dragon Lee.
Heading up to the top rope now. Penta trying to fight back. Body shots to Gable.
It's the high record.
Oh, mouthing off. Not sure that was right.
Zero fear from Penta. Lands on his feet.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, that looks a little scary. Yeah, that looks scary. Hold up. You're right there, because you almost landed on your head, but I think Penta saved you a little bit by putting his body weight on you.
Penta just spiked Chad Gable's head in the middle of his ring like he was George Kittle spiking a football.
Tell me about this.
Oh boy.
From the top,
Let me see that again.
destroyer.
Not from that angle.
Landed.
Whatever. You,
Into the sword.
whatever, WWE. You.
Massive win here on Monday Night Raw.
Well, we've learned two things tonight. Number one, Chad Gable.
And he seemed to be fine anyway. That still was scary.
Number two, Chad Gable should stay under the mask as El Grande Americano because El Grande actually wins.
Hit that! Michael said it. He actually said it.
Chad Gable takes the L tonight.
Keep the mask on because El Grande actually wins. Even though it's by cheating, but still, a win's a win. To a certain extent.
Tonight, the Prodigy and the Beautiful Madness take on the Genius of the Sky and Rhea Ripley. And I think we've made it very, very clear that this division isn't safe anymore. 奴らが強いのは知ってるけど、うちらは腹が減ってんだよ。順番待ちするためにここに来たんじゃない。全てを乗っ取るために。
You see, I actually love them more than Raquel and Liv.
At the very top.
They're a better Liv and Raquel than Liv and Raquel.
We don't give a damn about your history because we're here to make our own. You are all looking directly at the future of this industry. And the future starts tonight.
Two of the hottest up-and-coming stars in this business. Roxanne Perez and Giulia.
I almost don't care who wins, but of course I'm going to be biased to my baby girl and queen.
Main event tag action live tonight on Netflix.
A dangerous threat.
Get one ticket.
He escaped.
He's not from our world. He's making himself right at home.
Look, I got a dog.
You sure that's a dog?
Yeah.
Agent Cobra Bubbles, we have a blue dog ticket.
Lilo and Stitch.
I'm gonna give you to 3 Stitch. Why?
PG, May 23rd. Get tickets now.
Subway is the place to fill up on all the good stuff. Every irresistible sub is packed with tons of crispy, crunchy veggies. And you can plus it up with even more fresh flavor with Subway's irresistible signature sauces. And check out all the fresh sliced meats they're packing into every
Hey,
sub.
if I manage to make extra money from babysitting, I will put at least $30 so I can get a couple of the cosplay supplies early. It's just that, as if you would have guessed, tariffs are taking a toll on my cosplay attires and supplies. So
Subscriptions do you have?
even though I ordered them really early, they tend to come really late.
Subscriptions, which is costing you around
So.
$270 a month.
And I have to pay extra because now there's a handling fee.
And it can even help you create a budget, which I think you need.
There's a handling fee, and in my opinion, handling fees are stupid because the whole reason why free shipping fees were probably made was to not do handling fees, but now that they're handling fees again, it feels like there's no purpose for free shipping anymore. Like no purpose at whatsoever because they raised the handling fee. The handling fee is only $1 more because free shipping sometimes on Amazon is either $5 or $6, and with the handling fee being $6, you now have to pay $14 in both shipping and handling. It's like we're back in old times where you had to order stuff on the infomercial phones and, you know, pay for shipping and handling. But that's why probably my cosplays will be more later than ever, because I can't get quality cosplay attire and supplies to make cool cosplays with if they're not imported from China. So like I understand why China is being like this, but it's just like, you know, sucks that we have to, like, you know, suffer through it. Yeah, but the man upstairs supporters would digress. But I digress.
Two-day combo tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium. JETS, in East Rutherford, New Jersey on Saturday, August 2nd and Sunday, August 3rd are on sale now via Ticketmaster. Well, we are in Louisville, Kentucky, the home to the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory. It was a great morning today for a number of WWE superstars.
Whoa, a baseball museum.
He was on hand today to present the folks there with a...
Wow, I love how sleek those baseball bats are.
It's home to the world's largest baseball bat, Louisville Slugger. And they've been bat since 1884. Some of the greatest ball players of all time.
Wow, look how sleek that custom-made title is. It looks like, it kind of reminds me of Daniel Bryan's old wooden title, you know, his eco-friendly title. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
What do you think, credit card? I'll pay.
Dom, let's tell her she misses me as much as I miss her.
Yeah, she misses me. And her movie's going great. Only thing was, she said good morning. But it's Backlash.
No. Please can't be the first time you heard that time. Come on, please.
I don't really care.
He don't know what time zones are.
So, at Backlash, you hesitated a little bit with the chair. And it almost cost me the match. If it wasn't for Grande, you know...
Whoa, easy, partner. You're starting to sound all paranoid, like Damian and Rhea. Remember what they were like when they were champions? All right, look, it didn't go smooth, but everything worked out, and you're still the champion.
Nope.
And besides, tonight, I'm gonna take care of AJ Styles for you.
I know you are.
All right? I'm gonna go get ready. Thanks, Bob. Good night.
Got you.
Pay attention.
This is the sun, this is Earth, we're here, this is it. You know, see?
They're teaching him time zones with a plastic skull and a lamp. They're silly sometimes. But you know, Carlito had an apple. I kind of want an apple now, so I'm gonna go get one. Because after massaging my neck, I kind of need something cool on my inside my throat right now. But actually, maybe I won't get an apple. I'll get a cutie orange, a halo. Yeah, that. I'll have that.
ovation here tonight in Louisville for Pat McAfee.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
And I again want to say thank you for what you did for me and for all of us.
Yay!
Obviously, what you
Pat
just
McAfee.
saw, the WWE. Thank you, man. Thank you all so much. Thank you. Very cool. I wish I had one of those Louisville slogans that they make around here to help me out. That's what it felt like, kind of hitting me in the chest there. So everything you saw, my family saw, all my friends saw, and the WWE medical saw, and they want to get their hands on me today to see how I was feeling before they let me back out here. And they asked me how I was doing. I said everything's sore. Okay, my back's sore, my shoulders sore, my knees are sore, my head's sore, my mind's sore. I got bruises on me still, on my collarbone. I'm bruised up. He hit me so hard in the chest that he popped a blood vessel in my damn eye hole. Dudes are beating the hell out of me, but I think I gave him some back. And I obviously have massive respect for everybody that steps foot in that ring. I have a lot of respect for Gunther, even more so now, and I think he has a little bit for us as well as he showed afterwards. So I appreciated the opportunity, and Gunther's a bad man. It was an honor to be there.
Pat, thank you again, and how do we do what we do?
Hell yeah.
That's the only thing I like about their new thing. That's the only thing I like about their new entrance. Their music is not that bad. At least if Def Rebel's really back, that's kind of like, the only good thing they did.
Today that the tag champs were once again going to grace us with their presence. Here's commentary tonight. Just coming up next, the War Raiders take on American Made. This match is presented by Total Wireless.
What exactly is your plan?
When that clock runs out in 72 hours, your responsibility.
If you want to poke the bear, only you've come to the right man. You're asking me to fly you directly to the eye of the storm. You carry an aircraft carrier? Mission impossible.
That's much better.
Weight loss for so long.
I felt stuck. But Zepbound must change. Zepbound is for adults with obesity to help lose weight and keep it off.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss.
It's changing how much weight I lose. Up to 48 pounds. And some lost over 58 pounds.
So they kind of somewhat announced John Cena's last match. It'll be around December time. They didn't announce the date. They said it just will be in the month of December. Their Boston show in TD Gardens. That's where John Cena's last match is set to be, but I have no idea if that's a pay-per-view or a live show.
Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal.
I would assume it's a pay-per-view. Maybe, I'm not sure.
If you're nursing, pregnant,
I have Triple H book Giulia correctly and not Rush with her position on NXT booking. Yeah.
Which can cause dehydration and worse kidney problems.
I'm pretty sure with the momentum she has right now, they wouldn't. If they're free to roam around SmackDown and Raw, the possibilities are endless, but right now, they're just testing them in tag work, I guess. Even though I felt like this whole tag team was like, throwing on each other.
That's the Domino's stuffed crust that you said you had in the past.
Where's the pizza?
Domino's has never made a stuffed crust pizza before.
I'm at a loss for words.
Until now, that is. Introducing Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. We didn't just stuff our crust with cheese. We use our delicious pan pizza dough and Sprinkle garlic seasoning and Parmesan on top. It's Domino's first ever stuffed crust pizza. Try it for the first time tonight.
This is phenomenal. Buying a car is kind of a big deal. But you use the Car Gurus app. That's a price drop. So the deals come to you. Oops. Big deals like Car Gurus. Download the app.
I really wish I had a neck pillow or something now, but I don't have one of those.
WWE is coming to Yuengling Center in Tampa, Florida this May for Saturday night's main event. That is a week from Saturday. The WWE Battleground on the 25th, Monday Night Raw. 2 weeks from tonight on the 26th, and NXT on the 27th. Individual events.
Yep, so I'll do a live stream for that. But honestly, I'm considering not doing pay-per-views anymore on my channel because honestly nobody really watches them. I feel like people only like, you know, my Monday and Friday live streams. They don't really care that much about pay-per-views. They rather watch it by themselves and then, like, you know, say whatever they have to say on the Monday and Friday show. But I'll probably still do them anyway.
Me and you.
Just because it saves me time of doing, like, you know, edit reactions on TikTok.
I'm good, but I'm not. You know, I'm having a hard time trusting anybody right now.
Fair enough. I can understand that because I had a hard time trusting you when you teamed with us at War Games. But I did, and you know what? That worked out pretty well for us. Look, man, I'm not stupid. I know. You like to do things your way. You got your goals, you got your ambitions. I'm not that different. I like to do things my way. I have my trust me, I have my ambitions. But the truth is, neither of us gonna get anything done. Not with those guys standing in the way. You're not lying. We work together. Saturday night's main event.
And I appreciate it, Mackenzie. It's just that I could probably save a lot of energy though if people, like, you know, if the numbers are really little on pay-per-views.
Against our guests on commentary, Kobe Kingston and Xavier Woods of the New Day. However, it appears to me that the New Day has been trying to duck and trying to run away. Here's the cover from the War Raiders.
Is that true?
No, trying to duck them. We beat them at WrestleMania. Oh, wait a minute. You beat them at WrestleMania by cheating. Let's get that out there.
I probably am anyway. It's just that I'm just considering not. It's just, like, you know, debatable, like, with the outcome of, like, you know, how many people actually watch it. I'm probably sounding a little, what you call it. I'm probably sounding a little bit like, you know, entitled or something, but I don't want to sound like that, so I probably will just disregard what I say. I'm gonna still do it.
They look pretty great together tonight. I saw them hanging out together all day today.
You just have to see. You just notice things that a lot of people don't notice. You see little cracks, some cracks in this foundation.
Oh my God! There's a crack in the foundation right there.
That's why we want to give them an opportunity. You understand that?
You realize it.
That's why we want to give them an opportunity.
I realize the Green Brothers are multi-time NCAA collegiate wrestling champions, right? Former NXT. So you say it would be easier to beat them than the War Raiders? I didn't say that.
I said we want the best competition. Look at these guys. Look what they're doing to the War Raiders right now.
The War Raiders, former NXT tag champions, former WWE tag team champions. They've helped tag team both around the world on pretty much every continent. But we beat them. So we want to make sure we are creating opportunities.
You see that? That's all we're trying to do. That's all we're trying to do.
So this isn't because you guys don't want to wrestle anybody. It's because you want other people to wrestle more to earn their strength.
I should collab with other YouTubers. Do I ever think about working with other channels? Yeah, but here's the thing. I don't want to work with strangers. I don't want to work with strangers that much, and none of my friends really have YouTube channels, at least, like, you know, ones that have to do with the topic I have, because I have a friend who's actually has a YouTube channel, and she's trying to become a Pikay idol, something that I wish I could have done, but I do not have the money or the what you call it, the knowledge of Japanese language to do that on my own. And the sewing skills yet. I would collab with her. My friend. So we could do some music and probably give fashion advice and all. But I I can't do that with her because she doesn't like wrestling. Because you know me, I do everything. I do cosplay, I do fashion, and I do singing, I do wrestling. So the more things, the more like you know, the more like you know, girls associate with both the men's side of things and the female side of things, the more like you know they're interesting to the public. And my fashion and cosplay could associate with both. Well, my fashion could associate with girls mostly, but my cosplay could associate with the men and the women, and singing also, and obviously wrestling too. I wouldn't consider collabing until I reach a certain amount of subscribers. Like maybe like if I reach my first 10K, I would consider subscribing, but I have a long way to go before I can ever think of 10,000 subscribers.
Formulas are personalized and prescribed by licensed medical providers. 100%.
Look how long it took me to get out of. Look how long it took me to get out of the 5,000 range in my 1,000. Now I'm finally at 6,000.
Last week's leftovers. Can't escape.
I have 1,612 or whatever amount number it is by the time this video stream ends.
Time to bring the juice.
I have to reach 10,000 to get my first plaque, and that'll take a long time. I know it.
Don't stop watching. It's snack time. And we Twinkie swear you'll love these. Just get past our singers. Hostess, please making snacking.
It's just like our new house.
I hope you have an American Home Shield warranty. Leaky toilet? Fixed. Clogged AC coils? Fixed.
Thank you, Mackenzie. I hope I'm talented enough at least.
Fix your covered item, then replace it, no matter its age.
A warranty is smart.
Oh, happy family.
Because I could do so much more, but
American Home Shield is on it today.
with the budget I have, it could be hard and like you know, a little.
Sweat can irritate your skin.
It could be a little like you know. It could like you know. Take a little patience. That's what it means to have big dreams but have so little in your life. But I never let it stop me. I mean, look where I started. I got my big break on YouTube with a silly little video of me doing what I usually do on TikTok, and that's dancing to anime songs. And that got me my big break. And then I decided to do a full-on cosplay from Hazbin Hotel, and it like you know really blew up on here. That's why I dedicated to doing Vivzy Pop cosplays.
At ringside, scouting potential competition. That big bone splash hitting him. High bars flying around, beating the hell out of the American made. Whoa, spin kick. My 7-year-old does gymnastics too. A 7-year-old doesn't look like that. No, he definitely doesn't. You don't get applause like this? He doesn't have well, he weighs 330 pounds.
When I start making wrestling costumes, my friend will get involved. Yeah, duh, because I'll be rich probably. I'll be rich probably if I started to make superstars costumes, but dude, I just started learning how to sew, so I can't call myself a fashion designer right then and there. And honestly, as much as I love fashion and know like, you know, the keys to making a good outfit, I wouldn't call myself a fashion designer because I have yet to like make my own type of fashion. Like I don't really have good ideas on like, you know, original fashion. I can only take other people's fashion and say what goes with this and what goes with that, based on color and aesthetics and like what material.
He's got some hits on him. He can toss him, buddy. He can toss him.
Oh, but what a dream it would be if I actually do manage to pull off sewing and making superstar costume.
Earn what you're saying give. You don't give anything.
But when you try to make oh! Into the corner.
Almost earned the win there. Cover by Eric.
Because I would totally have so many ideas for Rhea Ripley's costume and probably Alexa Bliss. Mostly all the edgy wrestlers like Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss.
The best. We don't know who the best is going to be because you have to earn it. Why do you want to see these big people title shots? Like, again, we don't suck. We're literally the champions. Max, Ivar improves now legal. Uh-oh. And look at the strength of this fresh young tag team wrestler.
And you know, they're kind of matching with each other. They have red and blue too. The War Raiders have red and blue too.
One step ahead, they've been doing their homework.
Caught by the Creeds. Down goes Ivar. Planted cover. That's it.
My goodness.
Eric just saved the matchup. That was a lot.
8 in the jaw.
That was a lot.
Oh, God, did you hear that?
I wanted to do embroidery, but machine is over 10,000. I'm like getting this one now. Yeah. I took a picture. I actually took a picture of my sewing machine that I have, and I was seeing how much the price range it is for today, because I honestly have no idea what my brother bought it for back in '09, but I was seeing how much it costed anyway, and it just cost $35 nowadays, and I'm like, oh wow. I'm like, that's not expensive. That's not expensive, but that's like, you know.
Obviously, dodging the War Raiders, but
that's not expensive, but that's not cheap either. So.
picked up the win. They can be problems with the tag champs as well.
American made the Creed brothers are probably better than their tag team shots. Kofi Kingston knocking Ivar off balance off the top rope.
I was even seeing how much a Singer sewing machine, because I know Singer sewing machines are the top line of sewing machines, and I'm like, wow, $600 to $800 for one. $600 to $800 for a quality sewing machine that can also do embroidering and also auto embroider, because you could just download a certain, like, you know, canvas that you want, and it can auto embroider for you. I'm like, that's, like, you know, revolutionary in itself. Hi, WWE 2K Gamer. You're a verified. Wow, you're the first. I'm really living it up, aren't I? Having verified users.
They might even feel like they're winning this battle. Maybe they feel like I've underestimated them. They have no idea. Braun, I got one more thing I'd like you to do tonight before you take off.
Oh dear, whispering.
You have some food.
some fun with it. That sounds a little. That sounds a little, I don't know.
He's the world heavyweight champion. Jet Uso saw him earlier tonight coming in the aid of Sami Zayn and CM Punk.
Not Finn Balor talking to Roxanne Perez in the background. Is he really taking my advice? Is he really taking my advice in replacing Liv Morgan with her? Because I told you, Roxanne Perez can make a way better Liv Morgan than Liv Morgan can. Hi, Rashawn. How are you? I'm good. Don't sound demanding. I see you, and I hear you too. I don't know why Jordan Grace is the number one contender. Shawn Michael Rushford, he should go after Women's American Champion.
Prioritizing my liver. Dose for your liver is a clinically backed supplement that supports healthy liver.
Wade, who's the?
Has more energy.
I don't think they want. I think he's not doing it because I don't think he wants. Jordan Grace, who's a baby face. Is she a baby face? I don't remember, but I don't think she wants Jordan Grace, who's a baby face, to fight Sol Ruka. That's another baby face, so that's why they probably don't want to make her a heel so early. So that's why she's going after, the real champion.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss.
But honestly, I forgot who's the NXT Women's Champion. Wait, no, I do remember. It's Stephanie McKeer.
Stop step out and call your doctor if you have severe stomach pain or a serious allergic
But Stephanie McKeer isn't she a babyface too? But she looks like she'll probably turn heel with this. That's probably the thing. With her being a champion, I assumed that she would turn heel, with time, but I'm not too sure. But either way, they were going to give Jordan Grace the title opportunity because she was former TNA champion for the longest time, so they have to make, former champions try at it a couple times before they're like, okay, her time is done.
And the deal you make on your phone is the deal you pay at the real dealership. Is that a portal? It's more of a metaphor for the seamless process between the deal on your phone and the real drive time dealership. Wow!
It's the deal I made on my phone. It's the same deal.
That's beautiful. This is a commercial. Go get your real deal at drivetime.com.
Why do they always skip that? It's so unfair. They just show Grayson Waller and Austin Theory doing an interview with Kathy, and they didn't show. When sometimes those interviews are hinting. Where is Raw tonight? I think it's in St. Louis still. I think they're still in St. Louis. I think. Finn is talking to Roxanne backstage. I could see Liv Morgan turning babyface when she returned filming a movie. I won't see that until she breaks up with Dominic. Or Dominic breaks up with her. Either way.
Jet Uso. 16 million social media.
Yeah, that's what happened after Raw last week.
I have something that I want, which means I'm going to take it from you. So start paying attention. Because your world title is mine, Jay.
Yeah, no.
It had not only 16 million in 12 hours, but nearly 30 million overall since that assault last week on Monday Night Raw. Now, because is what's going to happen a week from Saturday. You and I will be there on NBC, 8 Eastern, Saturday night's main event. Jet Uso defends his World Heavyweight title against Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Jay, get it done again.
Like I said, though, since Saturday night's main event is basically a televised underground match, whatever predictions I have are not really that valid because title changes at underground shows are very rare. Title changes and storyline related matches in underground shows are really rare. I don't remember who, but I think Finn Balor actually was the one who, was the first, in a while to do a title change in an underground match. Aww, yes, little boy, yes. It's so cute. He never picked up a child before, and that's what made it cute. Aww. What a...
It's just me, oops.
I'm gonna make a burger. That's what me and my brother had for lunch. Do I want Roxanne Liv Morgan? Do I want Liv Morgan to be replaced in Judgment Day? Yes, I do. Just don't have her, being in a relationship with Dom. Because Dom needs to ditch all these broads and go back to being his own person. Not that Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley were broads, but I'm just saying. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Run it back. Who does his tats? I have no idea. I don't have any tats. I don't have any tats either, but I somewhat wish I would get some, but at the same time I don't, because I'm just very fragile, and I would be too scared of needles just poking you consistently. I would probably get lots of tattoos, whether it's BTS related or anime related or My Little Pony related or Hello Boss or Has Been related, either one of those, and WWE, Rhea Ripley more specific. There's so many ideas that I would get in tattoos, but I can't actually see myself actually doing them. But maybe I should this summer, like, get some tattoo stick-ons just so I can wear for a look to make it extra nice. Like, I was considering getting a chest tattoo sticker so I can place so it can see through my tank. Well, now.
The former World Heavyweight Champion, the man that Jey Uso beat back in WrestleMania.
Aw, thank you. I'm still not getting one. I'm just joking. I appreciate your kind words, but I'm still not getting a tattoo because I just don't see myself getting one. I really don't. I just would rather get some skin tattoo pens and just draw my tattoo on. So at least I know that I'm not getting punctured. At least the ink will stay on for a couple weeks. And since I'm a good drawer anyway, I could draw my own templates. Go easy on him, guys. He gave his respect to Pat McAfee. Was that not good enough, I'm guessing?
The unimaginable came true. Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion. No, it's the first time since the moment that we meet again. You mean a moment where I made you tap out?
Just admit it.
You know, Jay, I understand what you're doing here because I know what it's like to be a champion. 80% of my time in that company, I've been a champion, so I understand. I understand there's a lot of pressure on you. But just because I understand doesn't mean my opinion you changed. I can feel this position is not natural to you. Because unlike me, you are not a natural champion.
He's been a tag champion, so.
And since you like to run your mouth a lot, I'm actually quite surprised that you haven't spread the news yet. So let that pleasure be mine. Because as Adam Pearce told you before you walked down here, the winner out of you and Logan will have the honor to hand over the World Heavyweight Championship to its rightful owner, me.
So they're doing a rematch? Oh, no way. So when Jey Uso wins, he's gonna rematch him again?
On June 9th in Phoenix, Arizona, I will challenge the winner out of you and Logan for the World Heavyweight Championship.
I I hope that's a what you call it live show and not a pay-per-view. I think it's a live
I
show.
really do hope it's you. Because I would love nothing more than to shut you and all this people up for good. I would love nothing more to get in that ring with you again, outclass you, and remind you where your place is. Jake, hold on. Remind me of my place. My place? I'm in my place.
You think that they link this to Cena with his belt?
This on my own. I'm gonna handle the YouTubers.
I mean,
and then me and the ring general, we gonna run it back. And I'm gonna win this match the same way I walked out of WrestleMania. World Heavyweight Champion.
Yay. I mean, it depends who wins Money in the Bank, so.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Because Uso has to go through Logan Paul a week from Saturday. And Saturday
It depends who wins Money in the Bank, because depending on who wins Money in the Bank, that'll determine which champion they'll go after.
Heavyweight Championship.
Logan Paul could shock the world like he's done plenty of times. And whoever walks out of Saturday night's main event has an absolute problem in Phoenix, Arizona. In the ring general weight.
Busy month for the World Heavyweight Champion. Enjoy it while you can.
You're so pretty, Iyo Sky.
I tried to show Roxanne respect last week. Giulia, Roxanne も才能はあるのかもしれないけど They don't deserve any respect. Tonight, 私がレスルメニアでビアンカとミアにやったようにあんたたち2人にも同じことを教えてあげる Nobody in this division can stop me. Nobody in this division will ever take this championship from Iyo Sky.
Except Kyrie Sane, but who knows when that'll be.
World champion Iyo Sky teams with a former world champion in Rhea Ripley to take on two women who I believe will both be world champions one day. Roxanne Perez and Giulia, a big-time tag team match in our main event later on tonight, live on Netflix.
Roxanne and Giulia main event Monday Night Raw. NXT girls taking over.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the wrestling world lost a trailblazer over the weekend. Legendary ECW superstar Sabu. He was a hardcore extraordinaire. He passed away at the age of 60.
I'm sorry, like I said before earlier, I don't know who Sabu is. I know he is one of the founders of ECW, but my mom, surprisingly, ECW was the thing my mom watched least about WWE. She didn't care for it at all, but she knew of Sabu. But what I heard about him is that he just recently had a retirement match in AEW, and he had it 2 weeks ago. So this is sad because, like I said before, it's the American Warrior all over again. He showed up in Raw one moment like a week ago, and then like 24 hours later he passed away, and that was a sad day. I think it was in 2013 if I remember, or 2012, I'm not sure.
Data starting at $25 per month.
Hey fam, it's on tonight.
Diego, it's on. Plus America's only 5-year price guarantee with taxes and fees included.
Diego, come on.
Where's your source, Freshly? Your source is your source from Trust Me?
Subway is the place to fill up on all the good stuff. Every irresistible sub is packed with crunchy veggies.
Is your source from Trust Me?
With even more fresh flavor with Subway's irresistible signature sauces. And check out all the fresh sliced meats they're packing into every sub, like the footlong BMT with a whopping 54 grams of protein. And now buy any footlong in the app for just $6.99. Great
Because
bread,
I
great
don't,
meat, great sauce, great deal. Get on it.
I don't trust me source.
On the Subway app.
With Mike, was leaving home to protect his family.
Hi there.
And yours. And with Tara. During the holidays, when she misses home the most. Thanks to generous supporters, we're with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, and the way home. You with them, learn more at uso.org.
There's a place no map will show you. A secret spot. A high-performance hideout for cars that crave chaos. New brakes? Check. Roll cage? Check. A spoiler so baby doubles as a picnic table? Oh, you bet. Every apex we nail, every second we shave, it's all knowledge that goes right back in your ride. Look like fun? It is. You in?
Damn, that's tough. This is my worry face.
Americans make it. When you build your credit to build yourself up, when payday comes on your terms, when your girl math starts mathing, oh yeah, you're making it. Success doesn't happen overnight, but as you progress, you start in. See, when you go after something bigger, pushing for something better, baby, you're making it.
Thank you. It looks more interesting on the back of the shirt. It looks more interesting on the back of the shirt because it has all the starters and Pikachu, but, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
See what
WWE
it
is coming
can
to
do
Atlanta
for you.
Saturday,
That
7th,
money. Gotta get that money. Anything you know it's true. Just see what it can do for you. That money. Gotta get that money.
Paul, Pat, thank you so much. I'm back.
Tell me why do I remember the lyrics to that song, but none of the other WWE songs?
Sheamus, Braun Breaker. I mean, you were a top contender for the Intercontinental Championship, but we're almost halfway through 2025, and it feels like we haven't seen you in competition all that much. So I guess my question...
What's happening?
Maybe another time.
Oh dear. You're all still alive after all those RKOs? I can't believe all those officials are still alive, except for Jason Jordan, because nobody touches him. You're all still alive?
Netflix is presented by Snickers.
They're in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, I see. I see CM Punk eventually getting the title. Well, of course I do, just not this soon. Thank you. I know I can sing pretty good. But I didn't always. The only reason I improved in singing is because I learned how to sing. I learned how to sing in different different chorus lines. I can sing a little. I can't sing that much alto, but I can sing both soprano 1 and soprano 2. I can't sing alto because I don't have a deep voice at all. So I try my hardest to sing deep, but I really can't. I have to sing high. If I could wish for one thing, I'd take a smile that you bring. Wherever you go in this world, I'll come along. Together we dream the same dream. Wherever I
time zone. Where is Dawn?
Where's
Dawn?
Two voices,
Where's Dawn?
one song.
Where's Dawn?
Hey, that's a bit of nostalgia for you. I don't care what anybody says. I'll always love Barbie movies. I can see Roxanne winning the Money in the Bank. Yeah, you said that already, and I agree with you. That's one potential winner. You're creepy just having a hand up. Okay. See how creepy my brother is? No, I'm not in Canada. I'm in New York. The United States. I don't know. I'm kind of digging his whole joke character. I'm kind of digging his joke character.
Over the fact that Dominic Mysterio is the current Intercontinental Champion, and Dominic pinned him at WrestleMania when he made the four-way, but then Finn Balor is just putting on a nice face at this point in time.
You can certainly see how Finn might be jealous of Dom. He's off to taking on a leadership role there. Just in front of the car. No judgment. There are no leaders. But what if one of them's a champ and everybody else isn't?
My favorite Pokemon. It's a mix between Meloetta and Deontay. Only because I love Meloetta for her singing, and Deontay's Mega Evolution just looks so pretty. It reminds me of Sailor Moon. It's just a magical girl look, and I love it. There's obviously lots of cuter Pokemon, but those are my favorites. Like, you know, the ones that I feel fit me.
But ever since he has won the Intercontinental Championship, he has been insufferable as ever. He's already called himself.
I have more breaking news than Nick progresses. Oh boy.
Of all time, the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time. He's bossing people around in the Judgment Day, and for some reason it feels like the people love it.
He's not trying to scare me. It's just that he expects me to always pay attention to his hand so I can give him a clap. But he's just trying to be all hype up about the playoffs, the NBA playoffs. That's what he's watching right now. Yeah, because unfortunately, if the Knicks don't win their third one, they're probably out.
Half a century of experience right now in the ring.
I think AJ Styles may be making a play for the Intercontinental title.
As he should.
AJ's won it once in his career. Now, the two-time Intercontinental champion is AJ Styles since Balor outside of the ring.
Finn Balor probably wants a shot at that Intercontinental title as well, deep down.
I'm sure he does.
You're still here?
Two goats battling on Monday Night Raw in Louisville.
That's disrespectful.
Because my neck was hurting me. Don't pull it so much because my charger's right there. Yeah, I'm a Pokemon fan, but honestly, I'll be honest, I haven't played Pokemon for like a good 2-3 years. But I'm still like, informed on like, the Pokemon, and I obviously know type matchups, and I still know all of them by heart. Except all the Pokemon in Galar right now, and the new region, whatever it's called.
Laundry, light and dirty.
I'm associated with some of the Galar Pokemon, but not all of them.
Like Monday.
And to be honest, I didn't really have that much Galar Pokemon on my team when I had Sword and Shield. I had obviously the starter Pokemon. I chose Scorbunny, and I evolved into a Cinderace, so I had that. I caught myself a Togepi, and I evolved into a Togekiss because I always have a Togekiss on my team because Togekiss is like one of my favorite fairy/flying types ever. And I had a Frostlass, and a Yamper, and a Gastrodon. I had a Gastrodon, and what else? A Zarina. I had a Zarina. And it was perfect because I forced myself to, like, you know, to make a new game until I got a female Scorbunny, because I specifically wanted a female Scorbunny because, like, I don't know, some would find, like, you know, it's an arguable debate, but some people would say that Cinderace's form looks a little bit more feminine than it does masculine, but it's debatable, honestly. But to me, it looked female at the time, so that's why I was like, I want my Cinderace to be female. And then I had a female Zarina. I had a female Frostlass, obviously, because it can't evolve if it's not. It can't evolve into Frostlass if it's not a female. And then all my boy Pokemon were my Gastrodon, my Yamper, and my Togekiss.
Finn Balor taking advantage and taking control of this matchup here against AJ Styles. Balor is
They don't have no direction, no storyline for AJ Styles. Yeah, that's the sucky part. That's why carrying crosses, like, you know, little disputes with him have been useless. Like I kept on saying for the past, like, you know, weeks.
Right to the spine of Balor.
Styles has been doing that for decades. Very comfortable in the ring for good reason. Body slam. AJ Styles listening to Louisville.
Styles. Balor. Effective speak gets in the lead here.
Yeah, I should stop eating this because, like I told you, it has a spicy aftertaste, and it makes my mouth so hot.
Shot by AJ, another one to Balor. Balor, though, hanging AJ.
Well, that's my temporary dinner anyway, because I know once my mom is like, you know, finished with dinner, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna eat it till later. So that's my temporary dinner. But don't worry, I'm not. Chips are not my dinner for real.
Main event Raw is Finn Balor's trying to stomp a hole in the Phenomenal One's face.
The face of our official tonight,
but I have a friend who eats nothing but chips and juice for dinner, and I worry about them all the time.
Maintain some control. It's going to be tough for Judgment Day.
Balor slowing the pace down. Body shots, Styles.
Just methodical shots here with AJ.
Jason got injured by Braun Breaker backstage. Yes, I saw it.
He's going to stretch him out a little bit.
That's what Seth Rollins was whispering into Braun Breaker's ear about. So now they need a replacement partner, I guess. If that was it.
Finn Balor. Excruciating pain is Finn Balor. He's enjoying it all. AJ Styles going through it.
Yeah, mocking Styles and AJ trying to fight out.
Knee, or an elbow to the knee.
Louisville fans trying to get AJ back into this. Styles now with a hip toss. And a clothesline, and here comes Styles. AJ trying to pick up the face. There's that flying, sliding forearm.
AJ Styles catching a second win.
Out of the corner, Balor now up on Styles' shoulders. Vintage Styles there, dropping Balor on the back of his head, cover, hook to the leg, and a kick out by Finn.
First set of AJ Styles can end the match with JB McDonough, our leader, watch along.
I think it's gonna be a 2-on-2 tag match.
Struggling to get to his
I mean, it was already. It's just that I think CM Punk and Jey Uso were the ones, but now it's gonna be CM Punk and Sami Zayn. I'm not sure.
AJ back to his attention of Balor. Balor rolls him up though. Maybe playing possum to take advantage, but a kick out. Now Balor says it's over. Oh, Styles though able to slip underneath and deliver the kick.
Great film study from AJ Styles.
Now AJ strikes. The kicks by Styles. No! Broken down center of the ring.
I'm Premium Wireless for $15 a month at Mint Mobile. But I'm Premium Wireless for $15 a month. Hey, why not Premium Wireless for $15 a month? Who am I kidding? Premium Wireless for $15 a month will always Premium Wireless for $15 a month. And sometimes, Premium Wireless for $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be honest. Premium Wireless for $15 a month, am I right? Let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
It's come to this. Gave him an aircraft carrier. This is how you will say
Days like this is difficult. Yankees, Mets, Knicks, Raw, and two YouTubers at once. Jeez. It honestly, either one of those, any one of those sound more funner than watching me.
Yeah, we got the statues. Pulling up now.
So I appreciate you multi-streaming.
Extra. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Mira, got this.
Oh, you're sweet. Seeing all these pay-per-views take place in Florida makes me miss my sister because my sister lives in Florida. My sister lives in Florida and I wish I could visit her.
Styles and Balor on high above the ring. Over 11,000 looking on tonight in Louisville for Monday Night Raw. We're live on Netflix. And Styles hooking Balor here. And there is a superplex from the top by Styles. Both men are down. Impact to the back of the neck of Balor.
This has been an all-out war.
This match went on longer than I thought, honestly. But that's because Dominic needs to mess things up. Mess things up.
Carlito, McDonough looking on for the Judgment Day.
This is awesome. Down the center.
Daytona or Deltona.
Now Balor.
My sister lives in Spring Hill.
Back to their feet. AJ with a right gut punch by Balor. Another right hand by Styles.
AJ still standing.
Oh, and Balor with a premature celebration and may have gone.
The last time we drove.
Great counter by Styles. Look at the calf pressure. Look at the calf pressure of Balor.
It's in the middle of the ring and it's
My sister and her family and I, when we were like 10, but we drove all the way from Long Island to Florida, and that took, I think, like 8 hours.
Force a break, fingertips away now for Balor.
Your sister looked kind of like you, different personality. Wait, how do you know what my sister looks like? How do you know what my sister looks like? Did I show it on YouTube and I forgot about it?
Into the calf crusher. Almost makes Finn Balor tap out with Judgment Day looking on.
Now, look at how AJ goes right back to the...
I did overnight straight, never again 18 hours. It might have been 12 hours because I remember when we were driving, we stayed put in an empty parking lot for like 3 hours, and then my brother or her husband woke up and we started driving again. But I remember we stopped in an empty parking lot and they're like, okay, go to sleep, because they were driving for 6 hours straight and they're like, okay, we can't drive anymore. I'm starting to, like, fall asleep in the wheel, and he's like, okay, we'll park in this empty parking lot and we'll take a little, 2-3 hour nap, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And Balor drops Styles in the corner.
AJ Styles is right where Finn wants him to be.
I was 8 or 9 at the time, so we fell asleep like at 8 o'clock, but being in the car, we probably slept earlier.
And Styles worked the calf pressure on, gives out for Balor.
But because I wasn't in my bed, and I'm knowing that I'm not in my bed, I didn't really get that much of a good sleep. But it's only a good sleep to us as a kid because we could sleep anywhere so long as we're around people, we know we're safe around. But if I had to sleep in a van, for 2 hours, now, I would be alert all the time, even in an empty parking lot.
They floated into that very quickly. It looked like Finn Balor was big. Just ate the match.
But Balor able to kick out of the Styles clash by AJ.
Did I talk to my sister during the holidays? Yeah, I did, but I don't think I showed her.
Showing their appreciation for these two great athletes here tonight.
Well, either way, you are right about, her having a different personality than I am. She's much more responsible and sophisticated than I am. And she doesn't get the tomboyish weeb, personality that I have. But she supports it nonetheless. She thinks, my fashion style is a little bit wacky, but in a good way, because she does admit that I have, I can make anything look good in my style. Think of it this way. Down there, Penta? My God. A Granny Americana will come out again. Or, damn. Dominic, did you send Penta out here? Or better yet, where is Dominic? Shouldn't Dominic have been out there to help you with him? Yeah, that's it.
Hey, Judgment Day was messing around for a lot of that matchup, and Penta made sure the sides were even. And AJ
Dominic nowhere to be found when Finn Balor's in danger.
They take care of Judgment Day with a Mexican
Because it's not like he told him to stay in the back. He could have came out.
From AJ Styles that put Finn out. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we thought it was over when Balor hit 1916, but AJ Styles.
So as I was saying, think of it this way. When it comes to me and my sister. She's a Barbie girl, I'm a Bratz girl. So you can understand what the difference is when you compare it in that way.
Money to the Bank is presented by Cash App, your financial tag team partner. Cash App is always in your corner. You know, Backlash Saturday was a tremendous premium live event. We talked about the Pat Coker match, of course, John Cena and Randy Orton saw that earlier on. But what about one of the matches that might have stolen the show? It was for the Intercontinental Championship. Lyra Valkyria against the man.
I wouldn't know. I'm not watching the game like my brother.
Where Lyra Valkyria really came into her own on Saturday night.
Lyra Valkyria has been putting on an absolute show since she arrived here on Raw. And taking on Becky Lynch, one of her mentors and idols.
Yeah, perhaps with a broken nose, Lyra able to pick up the win into the very upset, frustrated Becky Lynch, attacking Lyra Valkyria with an assault. And there is the man, very disgruntled after what broke down Saturday.
Well, I love her tank. She Karrion Kross is talking to the New Day. Oh dear. Not Karrion Kross giving the New Day his shirts.
Completely honest. There we go. So far, I like it.
Good night, dog.
But it's not even funny. Pay them back. Pay them back? Guys, anyways.
Thanks, Mom. I'm glad you love the show.
I don't love the show. I make it very clear.
Oh, I don't know what that's about. That was interesting though.
Every day feels like Monday. Minute Man, bring the juice.
Go to the tea.
Oh no!
Confused? Maybe you just need a Snickers.
I can't break these glasses. Even though they didn't cost that much. These only cost like $4.
I felt stuck.
I just don't want to break another pair of glasses too soon. When it wasn't even my fault in the first place. Why my other one broke, it was my brother's fault.
Lose weight and keep it off.
He sat on them when he was playing on my bed.
It's changing what I believe is possible when it comes to weight loss. It's changing how much weight I lose. Up to 48 pounds. And some lost over 58 pounds.
Please, please, please.
Don't take it for legitimate. Or someone in your family have medullary thyroid
My mom learned the arts of Sabrina Carpenter, so she's been singing please, 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 and espresso all day.
Serious allergic reaction. Severe side effects may include inflamed pancreas or gallbladder problems. Tell your doctor if you experience vision changes, depression, or suicidal thoughts before scheduled procedures with anesthesia. If you're nursing, pregnant, plan to be, or taking birth control pills.
I look rich when I wear any of the outfits that I have, but I'm not.
Which can cause dehydration and worsen kidney problems.
I'm a fraud.
Discover the weight loss you could be bound for. Ask your doctor.
I'm a really good cosplayer if I look rich with glasses.
Subway is the place to fill up on all the good stuff. Every irresistible sub is packed with tons of crispy, crunchy veggies. And you can toss it up with even more fresh flavor with Subway's irresistible signature sauces. And check out all the fresh sliced meats they're packing.
But don't worry.
With a whopping 54 grams of protein.
I'm not like Gypsy Rose, and I would never use my manipulation powers for evil. only manipulated to the deserving.
Ladies and gentlemen, Monday Night Raw live on Netflix.
If you do it just for fun, then you're really, I don't know, you're built different.
10th time in its history the city's hosted Monday Night Raw. First time in 3 years we've been here for Monday night. Meanwhile, in the ring is a very disgruntled Becky Lynch.
Did I watch the Beetlejuice remake of 2024? I watched half of it, but I didn't watch the end. That's all. But I love Jenna Ortega, and either way, so that's the only reason why I decided to watch it. But I just didn't get to watch the ending. That's all. Maybe I'll take a day to actually do that. But otherwise, I just would rather binge watch Wednesday again to watch Jenna Ortega.
On Saturday. You don't believe me. You don't believe me. Well, one of us was taken to a hospital, and one of us went to their nice big bus, had a nice warm shower, drank a shot of tequila, and basked in their brilliance. Me.
I did love Becky Lynch's videos of her daughter. They are really the cutest.
Because even after everything,
That's the only reason why I follow Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, because their family moments are just so cute, and I'm a sucker for, pure families.
I gave her the best match of her career, and in just 3 weeks of standing on the outskirts of my spotlight, she has never mattered more than she does right now in her entire life, and it is not even close.
Aw, I think I don't want to assume anything, but if that woman is pregnant and she's wearing one of those printed title T-shirts, that's really cute.
After the match, I didn't hear defeat. No. What I heard was an alarm ringing in my ear, and I realized how much I had been manipulated, not just by Lyra, but by all of you. Do you want to know? Do you want to know why I walked away from this for almost a year? Because you asked me to. The last time that I won the world championship, I felt
No.
I heard the reaction.
No, you just lost to Liv Morgan and then went into hiding and took vacation time.
Then why am I here? But hey,
Let's go, nigga.
look, I've always been
go.
for the people. I've always been for the people. So whatever you want, because hey, man,
Can't say that
I
word.
have you the best for my career, right? You guys, you carried me on your shoulders into the main event.
No, you're the reason why I probably will get banned one day.
Yourselves and me. I was you, you were me. We were in this together, right? But then something happened. I won, and you couldn't see yourselves in me anymore because you can't recognize success, because all you know is failure. And yeah, you hate what you cannot understand. You wanna know something? When I was at one of my friends, they asked me, they said, hey, do you miss it? And I had a thought. I said, hey, no, I do. I miss being in the ring. But it's weird. I like myself more.
I like her little bracelet. I like her little orange bracelet that she has. It kind of reminds me of Marge Simpson's little necklace that she has, even though it's red. But you know,
Tell me who I am and what I'm about. I didn't have to listen to all of your
depending how you see color can determine if it really looks like it or not.
person that I had hoped for in this business.
Can I play guitar? No, I cannot play guitar. But I do. But we still have my grandfather's old guitar. And I have been, I do have a little bit of thoughts to it. I learned actually how to play it, but at the same time.
Yes, I
at the same time, I'm like, nah, I'm not good playing an instrument, because I had a flute back then when I was like maybe 15, and I did not play it good, and that's a day I kind of regret, because I made my mom pay like $70 so I can, like, have custody of that until the entire school year, and I never touched it.
Well, one thing I'll say is, apparently the fire hasn't gone out of Becky Lynch.
Say I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't, then why would you say I am? And the man wants to get back on top. Clear.
Barry had a little lamb. I think that was the only song I knew how to play. Mary Had a Little Lamb, or it was either Half Cross Buns. I'm not sure. It was either one or the or.
All I want is just go home and be rich. I was once programmed by lesser people too. And I can't give nobody else until we all make up. Do you think these people care?
Oh my.
Do you think these people care to each make your choices for hurt or be hurt?
Well, looks like. My brother celebrated a little too early.
And the crowd cheered him on, launching him straight into the flat line. And yet, you still seek their approval. That is because you let the sheep control the wolves. Get up off your knees, man! Don't you see the head cheers like a stone to a blade? But I can see right through them. That's why they keep mocking me by chanting my name. But I will declare my own day once my job here is done. But until that day, remember this, my brothers. You will hurt me to hurt you. But I would rather you fall at my hand than fall out into the abyss. Okay, here's this one.
I don't get it.
Come on, Adam, think about it. You can do this.
And no hate to Natalia, but why has she just been thrown into Alpha Academy?
It's not clear, guys. You're not clear. I will be soon. I know you will be. And when you are, we will revisit this conversation. I give you my word.
Gisela! How are you doing, fella? Fair play to you, man, for never backing down. But I know when you are cleared, you're gonna give a herring and hang it all hell, yeah? Respect, man.
Well, we might have found Rusev's new opponent.
You can. What a return last week.
You know, Phil, I needed a
Maybe, I'm not sure.
back to work. Yeah, I'll be honest, I needed to shake off that ring rust.
What rust?
Well, you know, it's all in the head, fella, but I'll be honest, I want to keep that momentum going, so how about it, right? Think about this, yeah? Next week, Celtic Warrior faces the bouncing wallaby waster, Grayson Waller. You know what? Consider that official, because that sounds like a banger. You're speaking my language, fella. It's great to be back. Glad to have you.
Sheamus actually carries that shillelagh everywhere.
Absolutely. Bangers only with Sheamus, and next week, Grayson Waller's going to have to get into it.
Well, Monday Night Raw live on Netflix next week in the beautiful city of Greenville, South Carolina. And what a lineup. This coming Friday on SmackDown, qualifying matches begin for Money in the Bank, and they continue.
Okay, so they are doing qualifying matches next week.
Well, if you win that, you can punch yourself a ticket to a world championship opportunity.
So I guess they're not doing qualifying matches anymore for Royal Rumble, but they still are doing it for Money in the Bank, which is kind of weird, but okay. Judgment Day versus Penta next Monday. Okay. Versus Penta and AJ Styles.
A banger. Sheamus, the Celtic Warrior, back in action. We thank Austin Theory for this.
I figured out a way how to tell you all the match card a little bit early, because the WWE Instagram page, the WWE Germany Instagram page, to be more specific, gives out the match cards a lot earlier than than us here, like, you know, in the USA. So that's how I find out, like, you know, earlier now. Because otherwise I would have to wait till literally before the stream to worry about who's facing who tonight or what segments are happening tonight.
Pat, I cannot wait for this. The Monday Night Raw in-ring debut of beautiful madness. The former NXT Women's Champion, Giulia.
She had really nice makeup, and I kind of like her. I kind of like her feather aesthetics more than Lyra's.
Business for years to come. They team up next against the world champion Iyo Sky, the former champ Rhea Ripley.
And her little silver metallic, like, you know, wings that she has, it kind of reminds me of a Skarmory from Pokemon, so that's kind of cool. Oh my gosh, I know that girl. She's from Chucky. Wow, so she actually made it. She actually made it onto Netflix. That's kind of cool. I forgot what her name is, but she played Lexi. She played Lexi in Chucky, the series. That series got canceled, unfortunately.
Today, she's watching her first hockey game. And then before you know it, we're watching hers. At Credit One Bank, we believe having your credit card rewards for your moments today can lead to even bigger ones tomorrow. Get 5% cash back on everyday purchases, like gas.
It's not the breathing. It's not the breathing that's hard for me. It's just that the tickly sensation in my throat and in my ears, because it makes my ears tickle, and I have to take a second to scratch it.
Rated M for mature.
Well, we saw in Game 3, two heartbreaking losses.
Total Wireless is in your country with limited 5G data starting at $25 per month. It's America's only 5-year price guarantee, taxes and fees included. iPhone 13 with 5G, with its amazing camera to capture.
Ew. I never drink tea unless it's ice. I'm not sick, so I don't need to drink tea. My throat just tickles because, obviously, my neck area, since I'm massaging my neck area, my throat's going to feel tickly because it's just repeatedly being hit.
Ain't that right, Jet GPT? What about scores? There's TV personality? What about celebrity golfers?
New customers pay $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if you win. FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook.
A lot to talk about tomorrow for Sam Roberts and Megan Moran. They have full recap brought to you by Antics, available every Tuesday on WWE YouTube and all audio platforms. Wherever you get your podcasts, this week's guest, spectacular. Penta. Make it a spectacular. Great women WWE today. Roxanne Perez and Giulia.
Whoa, that's kind of cool.
Main event.
Wait, no. Do I really like this or not? they kind of give Iyo Sky and new Titantron effects, and I'm like, do I really like this, or would I rather her have her, like, you know, little black and white, like, you know, Japanese letter thing show up first? I think I would rather have that than just like cool silhouettes of her. But I guess it's nice enough. It had to be approved by her anyway.
Parker tonight, Rhea Ripley that defended it in a triple threat match at WrestleMania.
Logan Sky, obviously our champion for good reason. One of the best in the world and has been for some time.
First made her name in Japan, much like her counterpart, Giulia, did tonight. Now on top of the world of women's division here on Monday Night Raw.
Giulia's your new favorite female wrestler. That's cool. Nobody will ever replace Rhea or Iyo for me.
The anomaly from Australia is certainly going to be something different.
But I really can't wait. I really can't wait for those two WWE Evolved superstars. Their names are Kendall Gray and Carly Bright. And basically, just think of a gothic girl being friends with a pink girl. That's the kind of relationship they have. Like, Kendall's mean and a bully, but Carly Bright is a nice, sweet girl and so cheerful. And I think that dynamic would be awesome to see again. Because they tried to do it with Rhea and Tiffany Stratton, but it was only temporary, and it's only, like, you know, a gothic girl with a popular girl aesthetic, but it's different when there's a mean girl and a nice girl being friends with each other.
Really good response, but Mami has been driven here.
Very clear to Iyo Sky. They respect you. Would like to get there against the common enemy.
Aww.
But she has not forgotten.
Iyo Sky, her freaking character, she knows she loves her.
Rhea Ripley's used to have this gold around her waist.
Because she's kind of not supposed to smile, because they're not just because they're tagging with each other right now doesn't mean they're cool with each other completely.
World champion Rhea Ripley against two of the hottest up-and-coming stars in the business today, Roxanne Perez and Giulia, in our main event of Monday Night Raw.
No way. I never noticed Giulia's pants. She kind of has a lot of wolf tails. Are there 6 of them? She has 6 wolf tails on her pants. That's tough. I love that.
There's Iyo Sky taking Roxanne down. Roxanne turns the table.
Box fur tails are always so cool. Guy is fighting like every week. Is that good? Yeah, for me. Yeah, that's good. I mean, I would kill to see Rhea Ripley and Iyo Sky fight every day.
Roxanne Perez, known as 15 years old, she would start her career training with a team in Texas. Well-documented story of a bus ride on weekends to be able to train.
He's taken to it quickly. It's her and Giulia.
Yeah, let the Japanese girls fight each other.
Well, they said Roxanne is
late in the fourth quarter.
Tag team record by Giulia and Roxanne.
And it was Giulia known as Beautiful madness. And Roxanne Perez with a cheap shot. Giulia was dealing with referee Jessica Carr. And Rhea Ripley now. So that's true. Bring up Roxanne Perez.
Oh, damn. Damn, you... yeah, you hurt Iyo Sky in the process. No, that's bad, Rhea Ripley. No, it's bad.
Iyo Sky.
I kind of like also how Giulia has a little bit of a split on her in her pants, because it kind of looks like she's wearing shorts and pants at the same time.
Tag made. No, thought the tag was made, but Roxanne Perez.
Yeah, I wish I could have pants like those, because
Big slap to Mami. It ain't gonna do much, but wake her up, I think.
because it would be cool to look like, you know, it would be cool to look like you're wearing shorts, but you know that you're wearing long pants.
Perez drives Ripley spine first to the post.
Great teamwork out of Roxanne and Giulia.
Now Iyo Sky with a suicide dive. And Giulia with a drop kick. Their bodies everywhere. Wild action here in our main event.
Yeah, Rhea may be strong, but Roxanne Perez does have speed, and don't underestimate that, because high flyers like her will always use their speed against strength, their agility. Because if you fight against a wrestler that has so much strength, they'll forget to use their, like, you know, speed tactics, because they're so reliant on their strength. So that's why high flyers can outwit them by, you know, using their agility.
Yo, what's up, man? We're still trying to get that new place, right? Yeah. Well, check this. Table 5 is popping off. They were talking about all this new technology. There's a T-shirt that can button itself. My boy has that T-shirt. For real? And the pants. Yes, sir. Pants too. We gotta invest. Yeah.
My paycheck invests itself. My portfolio is set.
You don't believe in yourself. I believe in me. Why do you think I own this? You thought I rented that?
Crazy. That's fake.
I don't know why he's like that.
Yeah.
It's not a remote for us.
Last year, I wore jean shorts to the Osborne's annual neighborhood barbecue, and they yelled at me. This year, I went to Men's Warehouse, so I'll have the best outfit. Use the good plunger, the big one.
This is just a bowl of ketchup.
If you don't change, my wife and I are gonna yell at you again like we did last year. How about now? Hey, nice to meet you. Oh my God, you're... Yeah, no, it's me. Oh, look, it's like a stark difference. It's really, that's good. Thank you.
The Chacaroni's back at Papa John's with more pepperoni and over half a pound of cheese.
So many orders, we have to staff up.
When Asuka is coming back. When is Asuka coming back? I know that. She's supposed to come back this month, so don't worry.
That's right. I live here.
Men plus care.
They said she's gonna come around May. I don't know if it's around
Dove Men helps neutralize odor-causing bacteria that thrive on stress sweat.
if not May, they said early June.
It changes everything.
I ate almonds and bananas for my next drink. Well, I don't have either one of those, but I did eat a Halo orange before, so did that count? Did vitamin C count?
Sam Perez with a unique move here on Iyo Sky.
Rhea desperately trying to get into the match. Iyo needs a tag. Giulia and Roxanne have been in complete control. Snap here by Iyo Sky. Separates a little bit.
A little bit of separation.
Yeah, it was on 1 minute already, so that's enough.
To no avail. Sky's almost there. Giulia makes the tag. Giulia set out of the ring. Iyo gets to Rhea Ripley. Mami's home! Well, I guess Giulia didn't make the tag. Roxanne's still legal.
Doesn't matter. Mommy's about to
Gracious.
Release German suplex by Ripley.
Shot.
My queen. You do need to cut your hair a little bit though. Not a lot, but just a little bit.
Razor's Edge as she sent Perez almost fully across the ring. Follows it up with a basement dropkick.
I do love you with long hair. It's just that you need to cut it just a little bit because it's a little too much in your face. You're just like Dominic a little bit. You need to cut your hair just a little.
Roxanne Perez, I have no idea how she kicked out of that. Just like Rhea Ripley was excited she could inflict more pain.
And the Let's Go Mommy chants here tonight in Louisville. But Perez, just feisty, just continues to fight back into this.
Just got a left boot on the button.
Perez may make her pay here. I should say Rhea may make Perez pay. And does bouncing her off the top turnbuckle.
Rhea's so explosive. Just one slight mistake and Mommy's going to take advantage.
Good
Not
gracious.
from up there. Dangerous position here for Roxanne Perez.
Yeah. Almost.
She lands on the apron and then delivers a blow of her own.
A glancing blow, and then she delivers a solid shot to Rhea's jaw.
Wow!
Hurricane Rana. Roxanne Perez
Quickly into the cover. And I love that by Roxanne. No wasted motion, went right for the cover there to try to put Rhea away.
Yeah, kind of smother Rhea as you have her down.
Oh, hit up by Giulia. Kick to the face. Now the double team by Perez and Giulia.
Look at this.
Tag made.
Maybe if I just take an Advil, my neck will go back to normal.
Giulia and Roxanne.
Before I go to bed, I'll just take an Advil.
Off the second rope, moonsault delivered to Rhea. Covered out by Perez. Isn't enough to put her away. And a kick out by Ripley. And what a main event debut it would be for this team if they can
And also, I got some like, you know, icy hot cream, so I need to apply some of that on my neck. Hi, Vinny.
Stop offense by Perez. She hasn't given Rhea Ripley any space to breathe.
No time to breathe. Stay on her. If you have an advantage over Rhea Ripley, an advantage over Mommy, you need to stay on her. Because we all know that Mommy can flip the script.
Now Roxanne focused on Ripley in the corner. Big running uppercut.
Once another.
This time Rhea Ripley able to pick her out of the sky. Face first goes Perez.
Because my neck doesn't even hurt that much. It's just that annoying. It's just annoying when I turn my neck just a little bit that the little pain is still there.
Desperately wanted to get into the fight.
It's not like hurting when I turn my whole head, because then that would have been like, you know, worse.
And so is Iyo Sky, the world champion. And the genius of the Sky now looks to pick up the pace.
In the right hand, such a clean uppercut. Genius of the Sky.
Nothing. I just probably slept on it funny, and it just hurts a little.
Sky with a missile drop kick.
Kick up, flip up. Iyo Sky. Global's winner.
And Roxanne Perez tried to blindside Iyo, but down goes Rhea. What a DDT by Perez. This is, I should say, basement drop kick by Sky. Giulia roll up. They have her here. Shoulders down, looking for the victory. Sky's got a kick.
Giulia.
They're going to put Iyo Sky away. Middle of the ring. Sky able to counter into a waist lock. Standing switch by Giulia. Sky rolls through. Stop to the midsection.
Great wrestling here from Giulia and Iyo Sky. Where are we headed, Cole?
They go up top. The genius of the Sky ready to fly.
No, baby girl, you're gonna get. I was hoping she wouldn't get kneed.
Perez saves the matchup.
Roxanne Perez now. Not the legal competitor, but certainly enough to.
Look for the side Russian leg sweep again. And Sky this time able to counter.
Whoa.
Back from Iyo Iyo Sky.
Now a double take.
Oh, oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute.
And Io's heels through Giulia's chest.
Roxanne was looking for pop rocks, and she didn't work out. Iyo Sky! Drop kick off the top rope.
Jeez. So much damage being inflicted. We're a team that goes together, says Iyo and Rhea.
Bless these lovelies.
Rhea to the apron.
Now you get it.
Iyo Sky now, and then Ripley taken out by Giulia.
Unfortunately, they're Iyo or somebody's going to do a move on somebody else on accident, and that'll probably drive them away.
Top rope's got Iyo hooked. Dangerous move here from the top rope by Giulia.
So impressive.
And Giulia looking to put Iyo Sky away.
Power of Giulia.
Cover, hook of the leg. Roxanne Perez.
Rhea Ripley. Iyo Sky.
Perez up from underneath the bottom rope, and now Roxanne with that missile drop kick to Rhea. And Rhea with a kick now to Perez.
These four women are beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah, tremendous tag team match tonight. Giulia with a knee to Ripley.
No idea who has the current advantage.
Maybe Iyo Sky now off that backbreaker.
Feels like Iyo Sky powered off the chance from Louisville.
Iyo into the corner.
Like if they do moves like that every week back we twisted.
Iyo now gonna climb to the top.
They do be twisted.
Sky up over the top.
Giulia doesn't know.
Rhea Ripley's legal. I don't think Giulia realizes it.
Oh, that's great.
Roxanne just took out Giulia thanks to Ripley. Now yelling at Giulia. Roxanne didn't realize what happened, but
Ripley outsmarted.
What a headbutt.
Clean headbutt to Giulia from Mami.
Oh, and down goes Giulia. Oh, riptide.
Oh, so no foul play. So no accidental foul play. So let's see what Rhea Ripley does. Well, this worked better than I thought.
Well, Giulia and Roxanne have nothing to be ashamed about tonight. They took the world champ and the former world champ to the limit here tonight, but Iyo and Rhea just a little bit.
Just don't be more friends.
To pick up the victory in our main event.
What a great main event we had. So much
My God, boy, have Rhea Ripley's fishnets ripped even more than Roxanne Perez's, and that's crazy because Roxanne Perez's had I think 6 holes in it, and hers just split open completely on one leg.
Stacks up Giulia.
Yeah, but I for one like fishnets like that.
Rhea and Iyo make a great team here tonight.
Yep, looking at that title.
Make no mistake about it, Pat. Rhea Ripley wants the world title back.
Wait, it's the end of the show already? I can't believe it. I thought there was more. Wow, I can't believe I didn't even notice. Not Rhea Ripley giving a slap on the ass to Iyo Sky. Yeah, she likes her. That was great. I can't believe I didn't notice that it was almost the end of the show. I kind of forgot to look at the time anyway. But this was a pretty chill day, and I expected a lot more to happen. But anyway, this was a nice a nice show to get us back in the groove from Saturday at Backlash, because honestly, people would say that pay-per-view was a little bit boring but also predictable at the same time. But I can definitely say Money in the Bank will be much more entertaining, to say the least. But you see what they're doing to Giulia. I mean, not entirely, but I guess in a sense, yeah. But she just got here, so they're still, like, you know, seeing what to do, like, you know, I don't know. I'm trusting the process in cases like those, but you could say what you want because your opinions are probably better than mine. But that was the show, and I kind of liked it better than the pay-per-view, honestly, if I was to really be honest. And not tomorrow, next week is going to be the qualifying matches, so I wonder who's the first runner-up in each qualifying match, who's going to be the first runner-up for the men and the women's title, because then and only then will I determine, like, you know, yeah, that person's going to be nominated and that person's going to be nominated and so on and so forth. But we have to wait till next week to find out. So thanks for watching and joining my stream, and support my Ko-Fi if you want to. That's well appreciated as always, and I hope you'll join me on Friday to see what Fridays will bring, because I'm not too sure, like, you know, I can't really say if John Cena will be there, but I assume maybe, I don't know. But I did mention before that his last match will be in December, so at least we got, like, you know, a confirmed time ratio of when John Cena is going to leave, because if he's really leaving in December, then maybe around, like, October or November, like late November, he'll start losing the title and stuff. But I wonder to who. Your guess is good. Your guess is as good as mine is on who. But thanks for watching again, and I'll see you on Friday.